Louisiana cotton growers beset by drought this year have been disappointed by lower than anticipated yields. This week in Louisiana Agriculture's A.J. Sabine tells us that dry weather has forced cotton pickers into the field much earlier than farmers had anticipated.
Rapides Parish cotton grower Fred Collins wrenches through his frustration with his cotton crop this year. Stymied by drought and a late season heavy rain, Collins just isn't getting as much fiber in the picker as he'd hoped. He says the lack of moisture plus high temperatures matured his cotton early.
It probably shut down the cotton prematurely because it matured out faster, and because it was dry, that we set a load fast and matured that crop out so that it doesn't have the stalk size and therefore the yield that it would had it been probably wetter, and it would have gone farther into the season before it cut out. Dryland
cotton growers as well as irrigated growers have suffered similar outcomes. LSU cotton specialist Dr. John Cruz says cotton variety selection, coupled with dry weather conditions, pushed pickers into the fields ahead of schedule.
Drought was coupled with very high temperatures, especially high nighttime temperatures, so that really built up the heat units. And cotton is a very determinate plant in the sense that it will do certain things at certain stages once it has accumulated a certain number of heat units. And since those built up so fast this year, we had an overall earlier harvest.
Cotton growers here in the Red River Valley say their cotton didn't grow as tall as they expected, due in part to dry weather conditions earlier this year. However, sandy soil conditions also contributed to stunted growth because of a lack of nutrients in the soil.
It's definitely off. I mean, all the weaker spots in the soil, because of whatever the soil content or the poor moisture levels, just made the cotton small for the most part, and the yields are off we've got some spots where it's irrigated and it's better, but overall the quality's fair, it looks like, but that rain kind of knocked a bunch of cotton out.
Despite this year's dry weather, Collins says he'd like to plant more cotton next year. In Rapides Parish, I'm A.J. Sabine for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Cotton growers here in Louisiana expect to harvest about 288,000 acres of cotton this year. That's an increase of about 120,000 acres compared to last year's crop.